Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, Kingston carpenter charged with murder. The police have charged a 23-year-old carpenter with the December 2023 murder of Usher Morgan on Tavares Crescent in Kingston. The accused is Michael Adams, otherwise called the Blacks or Irons, from East Road at Kingston 12. Morgan was from 4th Street in Trenchtown in the capital city. Reports from the Denham Town Police are that at about 6:45 p.m. on December 11, 2023, Morgan was sitting along the roadways having a conversation when a man allegedly walked up and shot him. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Morgan was seen with wounds. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Adams was arrested during a police operation and charged after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Farmer shot dead in Manchester. A 34-year-old farmer was shot dead in the community of Three Chains in Manchester on Saturday. Dead is Fabian Dixon, otherwise called the Primey, who is from the same community. Explosions were reportedly heard at about 3:50 p.m. and the police alerted. The police found Dixon face down in a pool of blood. The Williamsfield Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating. Motorcyclist killed in motor vehicle crash near Green Island Police Station. The Hanover police are probing Friday morning's motor vehicle accident in close proximity to the Green Island Police Station, which resulted in the death of a motorcyclist. The deceased has been identified as 47-year-old Horace Campbell of a Caldwell, Hanover address. Reports are that about 12:50 a.m., Campbell was riding a motorcycle on the Green Island Main Road when, upon reaching in the vicinity of the police station, the motorcycle collided with a motor truck that was traveling in the same direction. The motorcyclist reportedly fell onto the hard asphalt road surface, sustaining serious injuries. He was transported to the hospital for treatment, where he later succumbed to his injuries. 2 bikers die in separate crashes Friday. A construction worker and a businessman lost their lives in 2 separate motor vehicle accidents on Friday, as the number of road fatalities involving bikers continue to mount across the island. They have been identified as the 34-year-old Mason Kenroy Spencer of Knott's River District, Morant Bay in St. Thomas, and the 33-year-old businessman Gawain Higgins of Waterford District, Guys Hill, St. Catherine. Reports from the Constabulary Communication Network are that about 10 a.m., Higgins was riding a Suzuki motorcycle on the Otorius bypass in St. Anne when, upon reaching a section of the roadway, he allegedly lost the control of the vehicle and collided with the rear of a Toyota Succeed motor car that was traveling in the same direction. He sustained injuries and was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. 2 hours earlier, Spencer was riding a motorcycle on the Cottage Pen Main Road in St. Thomas when it collided with a Toyota Axia motor car. Spencer was thrown from his motorcycle and received serious injuries. He was taken to hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. Up to August 9, some 75 motorcyclists died on the nation's road, which was 6 less than the 81 recorded over the same period last year. Frustration over electricity woes leading to psychiatric issues, says Phillips. Member of Parliament for Manchester North Western, Michael Phillips, says the frustration among his constituents, still without power, has resulted in at least 2 teenagers requiring psychiatric assistance. The tension level has risen to the highest I have seen in my own constituency. A couple weeks ago, we had to rush a young girl, 16, to the hospital. Now she is on medication and getting psychiatric help because of the stress that it has caused on her on not having electricity, he told the news on Friday. Phillips said he is not optimistic about Monday's deadline for Jamaica Public Service Company to restore power to its customers, except those in St. Elizabeth. When we try to reach out to JPS because they are a private entity, they believe that they don't have to respond to us as the political representatives. Every other day, I have to be sending Minister Darrell Vaz a list of the communities that don't have any electricity, Phillips explained. There ought to be more sanctions on GPS than just the $2 million for missing so many dates and just treating the people arbitrarily, he argued. Last month, the Office of Utilities Regulation issued a directive for JPS to repair its damaged network infrastructure and to follow its August 12 schedule to restore power to customers who lost the power during Hurricane Beryl 5 weeks ago or face $2 million in fines. However, on Thursday, JPS advised that it set a new deadline of August 31 for sections of St. Elizabeth where its network was worst affected by Hurricane Beryl to be restored. I see JPS now saying for St. Elizabeth it is August 31 before they get electricity, but there are still a number of pockets within the parish of Manchester that don't have any electricity. Partial restoration has been done, but not a full restoration. This is going almost 2 months now, and these people don't have electricity, he said. Phillips said some residents have had to relocate to access electricity to preserve their medication. You have people moving out of communities because of health issues. They can't even store their medication in a fridge. What you find is JPS does a partial restoration in some communities and just ignore them, he said. He reiterated his criticism of JPS while pointing out that the government's hands are tied. JPS have not responded to any, if not most, members of parliament. The only persons they responded to is the government, which puts us in a precarious position because we have no control over what is happening, he said. What is happening is incompetence by JPS. You can't be treating customers the way that they are doing, added Phillips. He listed areas such as Comfort Hall, Spice Grove, parts of Hatfield, Freetown, Bushy Park, sections of Epping Forest, and Midstone among those without electricity. I have one resident who, because of her medication, she had to move out of the community. One lady messaged me saying that they stole a generator that she bought. Now she has to be renting one. And she said she can't go beyond today in renting it because of the cost, he said. The tension level rises when you fix electricity in a community, and because there is a downed pole, you leave it and move out, so half the community has electricity and the other half doesn't. That in itself causes a lot of tension on residents and the community itself, he added. He believes JPS's response is an indication that the company was not adequately prepared for the hurricane season. It just shows that JPS was not ready for a hurricane. Just imagine if the eye of the storm had crossed the island, he said. It is not in the hands of the political representatives, but it is now that we are getting blamed for not being able to assist the residents. This general communication and the breaking of timeline is not working in an environment like this right now, added Phillips. Another tropical wave to move across the country. A tropical wave now east of Jamaica is expected to move across the island tonight into tomorrow, the Meteorological Service said on Sunday afternoon. Additionally, a low-level jet stream is expected to move across the Central Caribbean tomorrow, inducing windy conditions, especially across southern parishes, the Met Service said. Tonight and tomorrow morning, partly cloudy. Tomorrow afternoon, isolated showers and thunderstorms across western parishes and hilly areas elsewhere, partly cloudy. Tuesday morning, showers and isolated thunderstorms across eastern parishes. Widely scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms across central and western parishes. On Wednesday, isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms across western parishes and hilly areas. And on Thursday, mainly sunny day. A broad tropical wave near 45 west from 20 north southward has a high chance of development through the next 48 hours. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.